Hey, Denton ISD Central Office folks. First of all, thank you so much for volunteering for the Parent Education Support Hotline. We were a little short-staffed, so you guys are filling a lot of spots. So I'm going to make this quick and painless for you. I think you probably know a lot of the information. So this is the training I shared with the extended school day instructors who will also be working the phone lines. So this is the support hotline. We will be doing this from August 26th through September 4th. However, we've only asked for support from central office for this first week. And I think after that, we'll be fine. And the purpose is to support campuses by taking phone calls from parents and helping families answer general questions. There are some questions that only the campuses are going to be able to help with, but hopefully we can ease the burden of some of those phone calls by answering calls about just general things. How it works, we're going to have 10 lines in all. It's one phone number for the English line and one phone number for the Spanish line. So 10 phone lines in all. There will be 1 to 2 supervisors, and I say supervisors, people that kind of run around and help out. It will be me most of the time this week. The IT people will be there because they're awesome and we're in their building. We're only doing this for the first 8 days of school, but again, you may only be helping for 1 or 2 or 3 days this week. The whole call center is open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. And of course, parents call to ask questions. So you may be thinking, how am I going to know the answers? First of all, we're going to provide you with handouts with some FAQs. So what I did is I called campuses and asked them, what kind of questions are you getting? So from the elementary, middle school, and high school levels, the questions they're getting are basically the same. So I put this all in a handout, kind of a booklet that you're going to have in front of you while you're taking calls. The other place that you're going to be able to find information is dentonisd.org. So what I've told the ESD instructors, I don't expect them to know everything off the top of their head. Most people don't know everything about the district from the top of their head. However, what we want to do is provide a place for parents so we can guide them to where to find the answers. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about this handout right here. Again, you're going to have a hard copy of it in front of you. And when you get to your spot where you're taking calls, you're going to have a computer in front of you and a phone. So child nutrition information, of course, Denton ISD has already put all of this information out there for parents. But again, we're just there to help. So this is child nutrition information. I give you some basic information and then some questions that may come up. What if my student doesn't have an ID? And then the answer. Now, at the end of each of these sections, like this is the child nutrition section, at the end of each of the section, I provide the website or what you can type in or tell parents to type into the address bar so that they can get all the information they want. Usually what I have instructed the call takers to do is go ahead if the caller has a computer in front of them, you have a computer in front of you, walk through the process with the caller so that they don't feel alone. We're going to get a lot of calls about connected learning, I'm sure. And I know we have a lot of curriculum folks who are helping. So thank you. This is basic how to log in to Seesaw for elementary and to Canvas for secondary. Password help. And I know there were some issues with passwords. So Mr. Stripling has put out some more information today. So hopefully we will have even more information. But if glitches happen, we'll be there to help answer questions. So frequently asked questions. How do I get my Chromebook for my student? Just questions that may come up. And again, at the end of this section, the Denton ISD Back to School link has almost everything. So you're going to have this in front of you also. It's the Denton ISD webpage. Most of the answers can be found on the webpage, Facebook. It is out there. Sometimes parents just need a little assistance on where to look. Most information can be found right here at the back to school site. It's great. And in fact, for the booklet, that's where I got most of the information. If you scroll down right here, all this information is great, great information. And again, what we're doing is they ask about when is Christmas break? Well, I'm going to go to the calendar and documents and I'm going to, when's the first 3-day weekend for the kids? Well, I'm going to look there and I'm going to say, well, according to the website, it's whenever it is. So you will have, oh, well, there we go. Attendance. So attendance questions, lots of general information. School times are a little bit different. Home access center information. What if my Chromebook doesn't work? If you have a parent who does not have a device or internet connection and needs to register, these places, if they call any of these places, they can make an appointment to use a computer and get internet access to register their students. So what we don't want to do is send families to the school tomorrow to register students. All registration is online. So lots of information here that will be at your fingertips. Registration information, safety protocols, if they have any questions about that. And also here will be some scripts for you, but we'll go over that in just a second. So how will you know the answers? You're going to have a handout with FAQs. And of course, the website is wonderful. It has a lot of information. So handling a phone call. And again, this is the training that I went through with our school day instructors. First is the greeting. What I've asked all of our call takers to do, I've asked them to use the same verbiage when they're answering the call. So whenever we get a call, whenever there's a call, we want to answer the phone. Thank you for calling the Denton ISD Parent Hotline. My name is Leslie. Can I get your name and number just in case we get disconnected? I want to make sure I can call you back. And then we're going to document that name and number. Okay, how can I help you? If a parent refuses to give you their name or phone number, that's okay. We're still there to help. When we get their name and number, that if we need to call them back, we have that information. But this is how we want to answer all of the calls. We want to document the call. That would be next. And then identify the question. So as you know, when you're talking to parents, sometimes they want to give you a really long story before getting to what the issue really is. What I've told our call takers is make sure you're listening for the question. Is there a question that I can answer for you? Is there a question I can answer for you? And so identify the question, then answer the question. If the question is really difficult and you cannot find it in any of the resources we've given you, we have a heat ticket system. So the heat ticket system, and I'll show you that in a minute, it's a Google form, and you will have access to this Google form and you will fill it out, parent name, phone number, where does the student attend and what is their question. You'll submit this Google form and it goes to a supervisor. When I get this, then I'm going to look at that question. I'm going to research that question and then I'm going to call the parent back, or I may have somebody else call the parent back. So these are for those really difficult questions that we cannot resolve within a couple of minutes. And again, our goal is to be on the phone less than 5 minutes with every call to get as many calls in as possible. Okay, so this is it in a nutshell. So when you're in front of your computer, you're going to have a couple of things in front of you. First of all, you're going to need the Denton ISD webpage and district home webpage. And the more familiar you are with this, and some of you are very familiar with it, the easier it's going to be. You're going to have also the link to a heat ticket. This link takes you to the form to fill out whenever you cannot answer a question. And the other thing you're going to have is a place to document the call. So each computer is going to be numbered. If you're at computer 2, you'll go, it'll be up for you. We'll help you get to this place. Whenever a call comes in and a parent gives you their name, the phone number, did you resolve the issue? Did you have to do a heat ticket? You can do a few notes. We do want to document all of the calls that come in. We want to know how we've helped different people. We want to be able to give that report at the end. So with that said, that is the training in a nutshell. It's fast, it's furious. I know that I've given you a lot of information in a short amount of time. This is where you're going to find the answers. What I've told our call takers is smile when they talk. If you smile when you talk, it's you sound different. Stay calm. We want to identify the issue. We want to be as friendly as possible. And again, we all work with parents all the time. So these stems right here are just some things that you can look back at and use if you need to. But if you have any questions, I will be there most of the time. Another supervisor will be there. Her name is Anissa Gutierrez, and she will be there a little bit tomorrow, but she also will be there. So two of us will help supervise the call center. Again, thank you very much for offering your time. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me at any time. Thank you.